What's up, guys? I'm Jay. This is my son Kian, and welcome to Bible Belt Ranch. So today the plan is to hang a shaded tarp over the raised beds to make sure that they're not getting all this direct sunlight. Obviously all the trees are off to the sides, and we're gonna go ahead and try to cover most of this to see if we can allow the plants to grow in these raised beds without damaging them in the direct sunlight, because it is in the hundreds this week and we are experiencing a ton of drought right now. We're not receiving a whole lot of rain. We received a little bit of rain the other day, but it really wasn't enough. So we really want to just kind of cool these raised beds off and allow those sprouts to grow without receiving too much heat inside of the fertilizer. So with that being said, we're gonna get to it. So I got these in my hand, in my pocket. All right, so here's the thing. Thought I had enough.
I'll give you the other one.
I need you over here.
Oh. Okay, fine.
Grab the right here.
Red or blue?
Blue. Yeah. Thanks, sir.
Ooh, ooh. I got you going.
Grab me a little helpful tip for you guys who are just starting out with ranch work of any kind when it comes to horses, cattle, anything like that. I might be new to homestead, but I've been on this property for a while. Hay twine is going to be your best friend. You don't have to go out and buy string, because if you purchase hay, it already comes with it. Save it and you will not be sorry. All right, guys, as you can see, we got the shade netting up, and we used these hot and cold PVC pipes. And you know, it's not ideal, but really the whole idea is to go as cheap as possible. These things were about $4.89 at Parker's Lumber, and as you see, I used some leftover T-post, and these right here are actually old curtain rods that used to be in the house. And so when you can reuse or repurpose things, that is probably the best thing that you could possibly do, because the idea is to go to the store as little as possible. And this netting on top right here is actually left over from the previous owners of our house. I was actually thumbing through YouTube the other day, and they were talking about shade netting. And then when I seen it, I was like, I have that in the garage. It was left over by the other people. So it was great. You know, I was ready to get it up, and I think that it will be very beneficial for growing in these raised beds, because as you can see, this spot gets nothing but sun. There is no shade. So I think it might help keeping the soil cool during these hot 100-degree days. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and throw some more fertilizer in a few of these raised beds and a few of my buckets, and then we're gonna plant a few things. So one of the downfalls of having fertilizer done here is that I haven't really been covering them up with tarps, as I know I should be. So there's roots growing in them, and I'm not sure what kind of roots. So I'm picking them out as I go. Hopefully I get them all, because if I have weeds growing in these raised beds again, I might just scream.
So, do you work on the garden every day?
If I'm off, I will.
Oh, you already played the record.
Can you grab me the zip ties over there? Just one. That's all right.
So you're growing beans in there?
Garden beans, so they'll grow up in bushes. And he just asked if I was growing beans in here, so we're growing garden beans here, so they'll grow in kind of like a bush state. We got one row, but three spots with a couple beans in it. So hopefully one will be the superior, and we'll be able to at least have some beans. Over here in this bucket right here, we're growing bell peppers. So we are a little past the gardening date, but I'm hoping that they'll take anyways. You know, it's hot, it's been hot, and I'm thinking that either way, we either will or we won't. So no harm, no foul. We're gonna go ahead and see if we'll grow some bell peppers. What we saying? What base? That one. Actually, I think we're doing. All right, and this bad boy right here, we are going to go ahead and plant some onion. I got all of these seeds from Tractor Supply. These are going to be the yellow sweet Spanish Utah onions, and it says that we're past the date as well, so we're going to see if we can at least try to get some onions. Like I said, it's no harm, no foul. I have the seeds, might as well plant them and see what we can do. Now, all of these seeds are requiring direct sunlight, which is what we have. So this hopefully will keep everything from just taking in all of that heat and keep all the soil moist and keep it from drying out. Yeah. Break it into smaller ones.
I'll break some more. Slide here.
Nope, all of them. Put all of them in there. Just a little bit of dirt on top of them, not a whole lot. We ran out of space in the bucket, so I'm going to plant a few of the onions in this plot right here. All right, in this plot right here, we're going to go ahead and plant some tomato. Like I said, all right, in this plot right here, we're going to go ahead and plant some tomato. Like I said, majority of these are out of season, but we're going to go ahead and see if they'll grow anyways. But I'm hoping that with the netting, it'll keep everything pretty cool, like I said before, and allow us to grow something. All right, what are we gonna plant right here, King? We're gonna plant some arugula right here. All right, guys, so we are done for the day. And as you can see, this is 2 days worth of work, clearing out the beds, redoing it, and laying soil. And then today we got the netting on, finally got some stuff planted. So fingers crossed that we will actually see a good harvest in the coming months. So I'm super proud of this. I'll give you a little tour of everything. So as you can see, we put a few T-posts in, and like I said earlier in the video, these are old curtain rods that we used, that used to be in the house that we took down where I got a few of my tarps from. We got 3 curtain rods, 2 of them are attached to these T-posts here. And then I used 2 feed buckets, and then I double stacked some of my raised beds that were from the original raised beds to make them a little bit taller so I don't have to bend down as far. So I actually think this looks a whole lot better. And I think that with all this extra shade from the shade netting, we will be pretty solid. I think that we will see a good harvest, and this will keep the soil nice and cool and keep my my plants from dying. But yeah, like I said earlier in the video, this is old. This is some plumbing PVC that I bought from Parker's Lumber, and just zip tied it to the T-post and zip tied them together, and that's what's holding the canopy up. So I actually think that this garden is going to do phenomenal. I'm pretty pleased with it. Obviously, we are trying to reuse as much as we can from the property itself, and as we continue to grow, we might throw a little bit more money at it. But right now, I'm not trying to throw any money at it because this is not my dream garden. This is just where we're starting. And as we continue to grow, we will finally make it to our dream garden. But at the moment, this is what's gonna do for now. I'm pleased with it, I'm happy with it, but this is not the dream garden. We will have a dream garden. All right, guys, until next time, God bless you.